Hey, I'm live. It's day 3 of my entrepreneurial journey. And what I was going to talk about today is I just wanted to talk a little bit about how did I name my company. So my company was named, or I named it Swanstrom Analytics LLC. You have to put an LLC or an Inc. after the end of your name. So the official name is Swanstrom Analytics LLC. Why did I choose that? Well, I spent a lot of time looking through creative names, picking some words like data science and education and analytics and trying to smash them together to create maybe a new word that kind of would sound like a word but isn't really a word. And then, tried playing with that. I tried smashing a couple of words together so that you can get a combo of two words together to make one other word. And I tried a whole bunch of different topics and ideas of how I could form a name for my company. There's also a whole bunch of business name generator websites that you go to and you enter topics that you want to talk about or topics that your business is about. So it's a technology business. We do software development, or we do data science, or it's a consulting business, or it's a health business. Whatever it is, you enter some topics and then it just generates some random names for you and checks whether the domain name is available or not. But the reason I settled on Swanstrom Analytics is because I sat down with a good friend of mine that I trust, and I was telling him about this, and he said a couple things you need to remember when you name your business. One, make sure that once you choose the name, it's just the name you're going to go with, and you're not going to be wishy-washy on whether you should have chose something else or not. And he said also pick something that when you think of it, it makes you happy. So pick a name that either reminds you of something that makes you happy in your life. And like one of his suggestions was you can use initials of your children or initials of members of your family and arrange those into something that sounds kind of like a word if you want to do that. And so I played around with that idea and I didn't really get anything that I liked. And so what I finally came up with at the end, the last thing he said if you really want to build a company and a brand around your name, then he said just name the company after yourself, and then you don't really have to worry about it. And that kind of made sense to me. And since my name is Ryan Swanstrom, I decided I guess I'll just go with Swanstrom Analytics. And so that's how I came up with the name that I created there. And I like it. I'm happy with it. It makes sense. And people understand what I'm talking about when I tell them what the name of my business is. The next thing is a couple of things. I spent some time yesterday running a landline cable through my wall so that I could get to an internet port. I did that, and today I've realized it didn't actually work. So I got everything connected. I'm curious if the cable actually was bad or not. So I'm going to have to fidget with that a little bit. But reason I wanted that is because when I live stream and when I do other things on the internet, my bandwidth is a little less on wireless than it is on wired, and it's a little less reliable. So I kind of want to get a wired connection in there. Another thing I did yesterday, I set up my business email. So if you're actually having to watch this live or future in non-recorded, non-live state, a recorded video, if you're out there, my email is ryan@swanstromanalytics.com, and I finally set that up. So you can shoot me an email and tell me hello if you happen to watch this and see it. The other thing is, a couple other things. Today I'm going to review a book called Nuts About Data. I got an email from someone who just wrote this book. It just released this week. I've started reading it. It's super entertaining. It's very high level. It's about squirrels digging for nuts and how do they find them and strategies they use to get there, and then it ties it all in with data science and the steps of a data science process. So it's kind of fun. Hoping to finish up that. Probably going to put up a blog post on that one just because I thought it was a good book, entertaining, worth sharing. Then I'm starting to work on official content around what is data strategy. So what is a data strategy and why do you need one? And some other things. My computer. I'm probably going to wipe everything off my computer and reinstall it just because there's lots of software, security settings that I set up for various different organizations I consulted with that I may want to just do away with and start clean and fresh. So I might, it's a Friday and there's a weekend coming up, so I might try to clean up my computer and just do a clean wipe and install of that. I also got myself a business subscription to Office 365, so that ties back into the email I have set up. And what else is on my list? Oh, yeah, I have a video I'd like to make on the 3 data science or the 3 data exams from Microsoft. So I might shoot that today. I might shoot it sometime over this weekend or early next week. But that's on my list. But that's what I'm up to, and this is my day 3 update. And I hope you like it. Again, if you're just watching this, one of the reasons I want to do this is because I wanted to be able to look back on my entrepreneurial journey and say, what are the things I did? And I thought this was a pretty decent idea of how I could do that. I had mentioned the idea to other people that maybe I was just going to live stream a little bit about my entrepreneurial journey and things that I had done. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. And I'm day 3 into this. I'm making these partly for me so that I can look back, and partly for other people that just happen to be interested in what's it like starting a business and why are you doing this. So if you have any questions, hey, Ryan's Food Wars is out there. Better tell him thanks. Thanks for watching, and thanks for leaving a comment. But yeah, so if you have ideas of things you'd like me to address, because when you're first starting a business, there's so many things that you have to do. I mean, you could leave me a comment or shoot me an email. I just told you my email address, ryan@swanstromanalytics.com, because I just set it up yesterday. But yeah, so if you have questions or comments, please just let me know, and maybe I'll tie them into a future video, and I'll explain to you, how I solved that problem, and even if I did solve that problem. But today's Friday, so it's a weekend coming up. I am going to probably work some of my business over the weekend, but I don't know how much. I listed the things I wanted to do and what I want to get done. So I'll be back next week. I probably won't do a live stream Friday or Saturday and Sunday. I don't think I'm going to do that. But I think next week I'll definitely be back. I believe my topic on Monday is going to be how do you know which opportunities to take or to turn down? Because I currently have a decision where I'm trying to decide whether I should take something or whether I should turn it down. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that on Monday. But that's what I have for today. Anyhow, thanks everybody for watching, and have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. And I'll be back early next week. Goodbye.